Hello everybody, JFM here to give you another video and a new haircut. Today I'm just gonna talk about my style in comic book making. How the unique style that I'm comfortable with when I make my Jeff and Taylor comics. In fact, today I just inked these many pages. And this is all just today, Yep. I'm trying to go for 9 pages a week, around there. Anyway, this is just part 1 out of 2 when how I explain my comic book style and all that. I'm just going to explain about my art style for right now. So, let's begin. Whoa, about my characters. As you can see, that's they've been influenced by anime, and I've mixed in a little bit of a Western look to it. But I've actually started by copying the Pokemon style, and then over the years it progressed in my own thing. Yeah, that's all about the characters. But about the whole comic itself, I prefer drawing by hand on, hand to a piece of paper instead of just drawing on the computer, because one, I am not good with drawing in the computer, directly, and I see the computer as a tool rather than the whole studio. Anyway, yeah, I'm much more comfortable, drawing and inking by hand and coloring by hand with my comics. There's a lot of comics out there, especially webcomics, that, color in the computer, but does it really make a comic better? Would you just think, if a comic is all flashy with cool computer effects from Photoshop or Illustrator or whatever program they use, but if their story isn't that good, then it doesn't make a good comic. My philosophy is, a good comic, it depends on the story. The art doesn't really matter, as long as things look believable, like you can tell a lamp is a lamp, or a hand is a hand, then it really doesn't matter. There are some exceptions where the artwork is, considered terrible, like, let's say, Chris Chan's artwork. Yeah. I mean, both his artwork and his story doesn't, they suck. But still, what I believe, the story is what's matter. That's what matters. The story. And how I'm comfortable with my Jeff and Taylor series, it's all colored by hand. I mean, well, not all of it. It's like a hybrid. I have some computer effects here and there, like the little sound effects. I type that up in the computer, and with some of the backgrounds, I color it by hand with the little gradient tool in Photoshop. Sometimes I do backgrounds like that. But still, if I may, I'm just gonna go to a little rant, just like last video. Okay, I know personally, I like my style, of course, but, I've gotten some comments saying that I draw like a 12-year-old because of how simple my characters look, or because it's hand-colored. It really doesn't matter, because, if you're one of those people who think I draw like a child simply because I color by hand, I'm gonna ignore you. Just gonna rough talk you and run. In fact, one of the funniest, criticisms I got, from one of my YouTube videos, my most popular ones, says, this one guy said that his 14-year-old sister can draw better than me, and he also tells me that I need to go to art college, which I am in art college, and learn how to draw, and I have no right to teach, you know, you guys about comics and all that. But what does he know? I've checked his page, he has nothing. No videos, no artwork. You know, he's just bashing me. So, I'm just gonna ignore him. And the fact that I actually... It's been proven that all the great comics don't have to have the greatest art in the world, or their cartoons don't have to be perfectly, you know, anatomic with the human body. Look at Charles Schulz and Peanuts. You know, the famous comic strip, Snoopy and all those. Those characters are very simple looking, drawn simple, and look how much success it got. So, you know, with a cartoon, you don't have to be the most detailed and anatomically correct artist out there. It doesn't make it's a cartoon. It doesn't have to look real or anything like that. And anyway, with my art style, you know, I think they're jealous of something like that, because how young I am and how determined with my comics. And right now I'm on the 7th episode of Jeff and Taylor, and each episode is 50 pages. And you gotta have a lot of determination and faith and all that in what you do. And with the hand coloring thing, I think it's better than computer coloring, because isn't that what an artist, you know, is supposed to do? You learn how to color by hand first, and then move up, you know, if you're ready, to coloring the computer. And besides, it's all a personal choice of mine. If you want to color in the computer, go ahead. But, you know, I'm just faster with coloring by hand, with markers and a little bit of color pencil here and there in my comics. But bottom line, people have their different opinions on what good art is. It's like, I really don't care if you hate my artwork or you like it. You know, I'm not gonna change it. It's just it's what I believe my art style should be, and you have no right to tell me what and what not to draw. You know, I'll just know I'll be successful. You know, just working for myself and all that. This has been JFM, and part 2 will come soon. So, JFM out.